Here we go! Time to talk about the feature film based on the spectacular web series Marble Hornets. We've had quite the terrible streak when it comes to Slender Man movies so far. First there was this one, then there was that one, and then there was that one. And now at last we've ended up with Always Watching, a Marble Hornets story, which was released in 2015. Obviously, this project had a lot more money sunk into it than the previous two low-budget affairs that we've gone through, but we're still sticking with the found footage genre once more. Here it makes sense, of course, since it was based around a found footage series to begin with. Now I gotta say, despite its flaws, I love Marble Hornets. I would consider it near low-budget horror perfection, and I would classify it as being Blair Witch for a YouTube generation. It's been years since I've watched it though, so I don't remember every single thing that happened in it, but I do know the general gist of things. It's gonna be interesting to see how this film ties itself into the lore and how it will fit in, since Marble Hornets was mostly a self-contained story. There's only one way to find out how it does all of these things, and that is by watching it. So, let's take a look. Our story starts off as expected, in the woods, with a couple who seem to be just a little distraught and panicked. They hurriedly make their way over to their car and bam! There's Slendy! Or maybe it's one of their friends pranking them, eh? Oh, whoopsie, I guess that theory's out the window then. Jeez. At least we have the actual Slender Man in this movie. Or the operator if you want to get technical. That's refreshing at least. Anyways, after that chilling opening, we cut to a totally dope New Year's party. Woohoo! That's the scene I would cut to after just witnessing a violent murder. Of course, since it is a party, it makes sense that our cameraman would be filming. He runs into Jessie from The Walking Dead and starts chatting her up. Oh, never mind, her name's Sarah, and the cameraman's name is Milo. And the two start hitting it off quite well. Sarah is the news reporter for the station Milo works for, and Milo is of course the camera guy. As the new year arrives, our two lovebirds decide to kiss, because why not? It's a spur-of-the-moment thing, you know? Sometime later, we... Oh shit. Is Milo seriously stalking this woman now?
Careful. Oh no, Sarah.
Well, this took a turn.
There's a lot of produce on the ground now.
Holy shit, this guy is a creep. That's one way to immediately make me dislike him. Oh cool, he also has a cute dog at home. How sweet. They better not kill the dog. Next up, we're introduced to our final main character, Charlie.
Apparently the guy who's replacing Frank is some Ivy League douchebag.
How you doing? Ivy League douchebag. Nice to meet you.
Ooh, awkward. Obviously, there's a bit of a rivalry going on between Milo and Charlie for Sarah's attention, because we need a love triangle in our Marble Hornets movie. We follow the three as they start preparing for a news report about homes that have been foreclosed.
Just gonna be doing assessments today, taking stock of what damage there is. Yellow! Is anybody home?
I like this guy, he's smooth as hell. Next up, we get a pathetic fake-out dog jump scare for no reason in a scene with no suspense or horror in it whatsoever. Thanks. Oh wow, I actually thought that was Slendy for a moment. Clever. The final house on the tour of the day piques the interest of our trio, as most of the house seems to have been left untouched, and it seems as though the family that had previously lived there up and left in a hurry, and no one seems to know where they've gone. So Milo goes into the creepy basement, where he finds... the operator's symbol. What could this mean? Oh fuck you, you piece of shit. They also find a few old tapes hidden away deep inside the basement, and agree to take a look through the footage later to see if they can find anything interesting there. Huh, another Slendy movie with a bar scene. Interesting. Next up, Milo and Sarah decide to start looking through some of the footage before some juicy relationship drama ensues. Just what we want to see, right? Of course, the two conveniently leave the room to talk just as the tape turns creepy and we catch a glimpse of our favorite monster. What a shame. Oh, we're now transitioning into some edited footage the crew has put together. I'm noticing some similarities between Slender and this movie. I mean, honestly, this right here is not a bad hook. I'm actually interested to know what happened to the family that left, why they left, and what might happen. And I'm especially a big fan of this fake documentary style they've got going here. For now, I'm actually a little bit intrigued, so hopefully the movie can keep this up. Take away all those stupid fake scares and love triangle bullshit, and we've got something going here. Also, this police officer they interview, he's just the best. He's so cute.
You ask me? Guy ain't playing with the full deck there. Oh, sorry, I moved my hands.
That's okay.
That's
all right.
I'll redo that. You ask me? Guy wasn't playing with the full deck there.
That's great. It's a great.
Can we get a spin-off film with this guy? I'd pay to see that. We find out that the father of the family, Dan, had apparently begun acting really strangely shortly before they left. And as Milo investigates the tapes further, he finds something. Oh! There he is! How scary. Milo sees another tape, this time with him standing outside of the house looking in.
I look through the camera, he's there. I look up, he's not there.
Oh, so Slendy can only be seen on camera and not with the naked eye? Huh, that wasn't part of Marble Hornets lore as far as I can remember. The next day at work, we find out that the trio's boss has decided to pull their story. Tough luck, I guess. Our heroes decide to instead go rogue and try to find out what happened to the family themselves. And we get another Fuck you, dog. If your movie has to rely on these stupid fake-out jump scares, then you are in serious trouble. These shitty fake scares are just frustrating and take me out of the movie completely when they happen. Again, we establish that Slendy can only be seen through the camera, and when Milo is getting ready for bed later that night, his power goes out. He goes to investigate, but there he is. Milo for sure is in trouble now. Are we supposed to fear for the life of this creepy stalker? Oh cool, another stupid ass fake dog scare. What else is new? Damn it, dog. At least you're still alive. Ah, there's the star of the hour. I'm not really scared though. Anyways, Milo gets the power back on and sets up his Slendy protection program before falling asleep. Some light glitching occurs and then we go to the next scene. Alright, we get yet another suspense scene as Milo goes to the house of the missing family in search of more tapes, get another pathetic scare. Yeah, if you have to rely on scary lamps in your movie, maybe rethink what you're doing. Milo, of course, finds another tape as a reward for his back to house side quest mission, and Slendy pops up again for a second because it was so scary the first time. Our man gets home, another Slendy sighting, and it cuts away before anything interesting can have... What? Why does he suddenly have the operator's symbol on him? That never happened in Marble Hornets. Slendy never gave people burn marks or tattoos or whatever. What does this even mean? Has he been chosen or something? What is happening in this Marble Hornets movie? We have another sighting. This movie is only getting slightly repetitive in its attempts to scare the audience. Is this all we're gonna get for now? Oh, you clumsy asshole. How convenient that you dropped your camera in this exact spot where the dog bowl was. God damn it, I was getting into the movie until they decided to shit the bed and overdo everything like this. Milo, after all this constant harassment from the tall man, decides in a panicked state to run on over to Sarah's house to talk and... Oh, I guess these two are together now? Drama, shouting, and anger ensues as Milo's mental state deteriorates even further and... Oh no, he's stalking her again, isn't he? Or is he just looking out for any Slender Men? I swear, I fear Milo more than I fear Slender Man in this movie, to be honest. As Milo makes his way back home, we find out that Charlie and Sarah have already made it there and found out his dirty little secrets. Finally, hopefully this creep can finally get some comeuppance. Well, never mind. Slendy appears and ruins the pleasantries. I am so sick of all the shouting in these movies. Our three heroes are now on the run from the Slender guy, and decide to investigate these spooky tapes further. It turns out the dad was marked too, apparently. It turns out everyone in the family was marked and stalked by Slendy, and that is why they left. But where did they go? Of course, our old pal appears again because holy shit are these scares repetitive. Just because we see Slendy for a little bit a billion times over does not mean we'll automatically be scared. Ooh boy, Milo's going deeper down the rabbit hole, isn't he? Soon enough, the three find out where the dad was last seen and get the address of where they now supposedly live, but shocker, Charlie has been marked too. Cool, nice, we finally reach Alabama, the place where the original Marble Hornets story took place. Oh, this is awesome. Are we gonna get some cool cameo appearances or story tie-ins or... Oh look, there's one! There's a missing poster for Alex, one of the main characters from the series. Are we gonna meet up with him or... Wait, guys, where are you going? Oh, looks like the taillights are messing up. I wonder if Slendy is gonna appear behind... Yep, just as I thought. Damn, I guess Milo has been snatched up. I wonder how the others will do. Oh, right, never mind. That's enough of that scene, I guess. Wait, was that seriously all we're gonna get from Alabama in this Marble Hornets movie? Yeah, this definitely needed to be a movie about that. Anyways, as our trio set up shop at their next destination, we see just how thorough they are in their methods of keeping the monster stalking them at bay. Interesting. However, all is not well, as we find out Sarah has finally been marked too. Sarah tries to numb the pain by popping pills. The argument quickly gets out of hand. Fight! 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 Whoa! Whoa! I guess our old pal Slendy just saved the day, huh? What a benevolent hero he is. First he saves the environment by turning people into trees, and now he helps disrupting arguments before they go too far. What a nice dude. I love him. More driving! Can you tell this movie has a pacing issue? Each and every one of these films seem to. Well, anyhow, the three decide to try something new for a change. How about if they shut off the cameras to see if that helps them with avoiding the monster? Clever idea. Why don't we see how that works out then? No, Milo's back at it again and... Oh, for fuck's sake, they killed the dog. Of all the cliches in the whole wide world, they had to use that one too. God damn it, why did they have to do that? Did Slender Man draw that? How cute. Nope, I'm still not over that they killed the dog. Still not over it. Now we're in Colorado, and it seems as though the guys have found the address, finally. Too bad it seems to have burned down. Whoops. Of course there is a creepy basement for them left to find, with a computer in pristine condition, which conveniently still works. Let's take a look at some of these files. Well, it seems as though the dad paranormal activity up the entire house, and while under the influence of sweet slends, he... oh jeez, murdered his family. Didn't see that one coming. I gotta give this scene props though, as it actually is quite disturbing seeing what the father does while under the influence of Slender Man as he watches from the shadows observing everything. Oh shit, get him, Mom! Kick ass! Aw, poor woman. Oh well, time to burn down the house, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't want to go on after witnessing that either. Did you also know that this is an accurate representation of an audience member after they finished this movie? Lo and behold, as soon as we seem to have reached a dead end, we find out from a local that the mother of the family survived the fire, and currently resides in a psychiatric hospital. It's time we venture there to ask her for more information. Oh damn, that seems rough. Poor lady. We find out from the mother that Dan, the father, must have been the one who invited Slender Man into their home, the one who kept pushing it, before sensing that Slender Man is with Sarah and proceeds to have a breakdown as the trio leave. At the end of the rope and with nowhere left to run, the gang set up shop in a remote cabin for the time being. That seems cozy enough, doesn't it? As they prepare for another night of terror, Milo goes through the footage that they have already filmed and notices that the mark, which was noticeable on the mother's arm earlier in the film, is mysteriously missing from her today. Maybe, just maybe, because she broke the curse by killing the father. Just as this shocking revelation is detailed to us, Slendy arrives to the scene like a husband arriving home from work. He sure does look really cheap in this brightly lit house, doesn't he? Come on, guys, you had Doug Jones to play around with, and this was the best you could do with him in the role? Such a shame. As the situation grows all the more dire, the character we definitely care about most, Milo, decides to take one for the team to hopefully save the day, but... what? Oh? Batter up, Charlie! Oh no, Charlie! You poor thing! You're not getting back from that one. Sarah is now the last one standing, but Slendy is not giving up that easily. Whoa, he just fucking launched her. And she's down! Slendy finally got his wish, and disappears without a trace. That sure is a satisfying ending, isn't it? Wait, what the... okay, there's the mom and dad, and...
No, honey, we are still in Alabama.
they're in Alabama?
As I turn around for 3 seconds, and you buy this camera?
Do you know this camera would cost like 3 times as much if I'd bought it at Costco?
Right.
It's working right now. It even came with a tape in it. Somebody's art film or something.
I don't know, some kid chasing a guy in a suit through the woods with a flashlight.
Oh. Is that the Marble Hornets connection we waited all movie for? Ooh, the operator symbol. Very clever. And that's it. Everybody clap. Well, that's always watching a Marble Hornets story for ya. A movie that definitely, without question, earns its title. Definitely. What's there to say about this one then? Out of the 4 Slender Man films we have looked at over the course of these videos, this one is probably the most competent one, to be honest with you. I think it had okay production values, just fine acting, and a legitimately interesting hook at the beginning of the film once you ignore some of the stupidity. However, this interest in what will happen next quickly falls apart after that, with some monotonous, uninspired scares, really unlikable characters, an extremely predictable story, and serious pacing problems once again. Most of all, the film is just not scary at all. Having Slendy pop out with a loud noise every few minutes is not scary, and it does the movie no favors. As I said, I think the movie started out fine enough, as it did catch my interest very briefly, but the film came to a screeching halt just as it was gaining momentum, and then decided to head back on to where it came from. The trash! Still, nowhere is this film nearly as bad as shit shows like the other 2 low-budget flicks were, and at least this film feels complete. Unlike the recent one, which just deleted extremely important scenes due to fear of a controversy, but that isn't really saying much. Complimenting a film for being complete? Well, we've officially reached the bottom of the barrel then. No, to be honest, I mostly just see this movie as nothing more than a mediocre romp that offers very little in terms of things to talk about or discuss. It's mostly just dull or uninteresting, but with enough there to sort of keep you watching without struggling too much. I think it absolutely does many things that the 2013 film and Slender failed to do, and it is not filled with nearly as much aimless and inconsequential bullshit than what those 2 films contained. Mind you, I don't think this film is good. It relies far too heavily on terrible fake-out jump scares and just expectations that the audience will automatically fear Slendy for no reason, other than that he looks kind of intimidating. I think they absolutely wasted the talents of Doug Jones by just having him stand around in the background once in a while. Nor do I think this film is outright bad like Slender was. There were some interesting concepts at play here that I wish they would have done more with before it went off the deep end. Out of the 4 films about Slender Man that we have covered though, this is the film that I struggled the least with getting through, so therefore I have to conclude that this film is the, best out of them. And I use that term very loosely. It's just mediocre. It's not good. No, it is not good. But it's not outright terrible either. It's just, whatever. It's just there. Would I recommend that you watch it though? No, not really no, unless you're super curious about it. Though you should know, it has almost nothing to do with Marble Hornets at all, so if you are going into it expecting a continuation or addition to that series as mythos or anything like that, you'll be severely disappointed. All in all, it just is. It exists. That's basically all I can say about this one. That's always watching for ya. it's there. So finally, after going through these films, why don't I rank them in terms of how much I personally enjoyed them? Coming in at the very, very bottom, to the surprise of no one, is Slender. One of the worst films I have ever seen. Next up is The Slender Man, a thoroughly dull and head-scratching affair. Coming in just above that is Slender Man, the new one, honestly. And last, of course, is Always Watching. All of these films range from bad to mediocre, and I would not really recommend any one of them. I don't even think they're good for a good-bad movie night. They're not worth your time, and there are better films out there for you to spend your time and money on. There's nothing much else to say but that. I would like to thank you for coming along on this video. I certainly hope you enjoyed it, and I've honestly had a great time making these, so I might just have to start doing more movie reviews in the future. With everything said and done, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay awesome. Goodbye.